that old FatBoy, that Evo FatBoy, is really not so fat. This, on the other hand, that's awesome. What is up, homies? Lugnuts.Guapo coming at you from Maverick Harley-Davidson. This is where I work, and they're the ones that let me borrow all these motorcycles for review. So anyways, moving on. FatBoy, the most iconic. I actually want to track back on that one because I don't know that it's really iconic anymore. Is it? See, it became popular once the Terminator jumped over that. I'll just roll the clip. Yeah, and then you look at that bike and compare it to this one. That old FatBoy, that Evo FatBoy, is really not so fat. This, on the other hand, they used to have a billboard when they came out with a more improved twin cam model. I'll put it right there on the screen. They sent it to the farm and it came back fatter. This time they sent it to the farm and injected it with a whole bunch of stuff, and now it came out obese. I mean, look at the size of this thing. The bars are fat, the tires are way too big. I mean, yikes. Now I get it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and to me, the nacelle is pretty, but I wouldn't have called it a FatBoy. There would have been something different. I don't know. I think Harley's trying too hard to really push this on its customers, and honestly, even technicians hate this bike. And it's not hard to see why. Let's roll that highlight clip, shall we? Alright, I had to come into the shop real quick, put this camera setting, fix the camera mount on the 360, because these bars are fat, which we'll get to it here in a second. Let's turn this way. Let's fast forward to getting close to the road, shall we? Golly. I did a video on a FatBoy a while back. I can't remember what channel I did it on, but steering this thing, golly, man. Alright, so this is gonna be a tough one, mainly because and I've gotta be honest and straightforward with you guys, there is not a lot that I like about the FatBoy, the new FatBoy. So I'm straight from the get-go, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be, I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible, but there is reasons why I don't really like this motorcycle as much. And I mean, we'll get to that here shortly. So one of the things I will tell you is that if you're going on a longer trip or going in a straight line, this thing is that's all it wants to do, is stand up, go in a straight line, because throwing it around corners takes effort, and not just a little bit of effort, like this much effort. If this is like a little bit of effort, oh man, then man, see, I can't really, golly, man, it's this much effort, it's crazy. So obviously, if you've been around the channel, you know that I absolutely love the Milwaukee 8. The Milwaukee 8 motor has been, I mean, it's just such a joy, such a blast to ride because it's smooth, the power band is there, a lot of torque, doesn't take much to get it over 100 horsepower, like literally not a lot of effort, not a lot of money. So compared to the Run Camp, way better. But there's something where they kind of ruined the FatBoy for me. So the thing about the FatBoy is it just kept getting fatter. It just did. Look at the original FatBoy, the Evo FatBoy. There was really nothing fat about the FatBoy. Then later on, even Harley had like this ad or this banner, and I know that Longhorn, I'll probably put it on right here. The FatBoy was sent to the farm and it got fatter. Let's go over the railroad tracks, which boink, 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 boink. Yep, suspension is just what you would think, just like any other Softail. They're all just about the same. You know, this one you can't really adjust it. I throw all my body weight. It literally just wants to look at this. I'm going so slow right now, and all it wants to do is just go in a straight line. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, the last change that they did to the old FatBoy on the old Softail platform, they made it fatter, and man, did it look great. Handling was actually kind of decent for what it was, because let's be honest, the old Softail frame was comfortable, but you couldn't lean it too far before you start destroying your floorboards or pegs or whatever the case may be. And with this one, I will say that is probably one of the few improvements that they did with the new Softail frame. You can actually lean this, I mean, forcibly, but the lean angle is a lot better on this bike than it is on the old Softail frame. I will give them that. It is comfortable in the sense that again, the way that the frame is set up and the way that the suspension is set up and how you can adjust it, it does really well if you want to go on a longer distance. Personally, what ruins that for me is the seat, because the seat is not comfortable at all. The stock seat is just, the way that it's curved, it does not hug you. It just puts your bottom end in a weird position where it's just, it can't really find itself in a comfortable enough spot. Because when you hit the throttle, especially on these M8s, you hit the throttle, you just want, like, you want to feel like you're settled into the seat. If not, then all right, cool, then you either are settled in and being hugged by the seat, or you're not. This one is like a weird in between. Like, I feel like I'm there, but that curve is just ridiculous. Now, I'm sorry I'm all over the place on this one, but what's crazy about this bike is that, like I was saying earlier, with the previous model they made it fatter, and this one they literally took it, they just made everything fat and just didn't really care. It doesn't really seem like, as long as it's fatter, okay, it's a FatBoy, cool. And they totally ruined it. They totally ruined it because those big fat tires are a pain to steer with. I will say it goes, like I said earlier, it goes great in a straight line because of how wide those tires are. So handling, garbage. Aesthetically, that's a kind of like a 50-50 shot. Either people love it or people hate it. I do like the nacelle. I think it's definitely different. I don't know that you could have called this something else instead of a FatBoy, to be quite honest with you. The dash right here, I love that design, the cutouts, it just looks elegant. And well, the floorboards are really nice. I mean, there's things that I do like. I mean, making it as fat as it is, yeah, sure, it looks cool, but it's like the chopper era. Everybody was putting like 300, 360 tires on the rear end, and it just ruined the handling. And not, you know, obviously the rake and all that even made it worse, but this one, I mean, it's like molasses, man. It's like molasses on two wheels. You're going to turn, and you have to, and I'm saying this, like, obviously they wouldn't put this product out if it was like impossible to steer. It is possible to steer it, especially in like parking lots and like slow speeds. If you're not leaning it too much, But if you have to lean it, you will have to put a lot of effort into it, and that is why I just can't, like, I would never own a FatBoy. Definitely for looks, kind of like the chopper era, it's definitely for looks. And I'm sorry, that probably didn't seem as unbiased, but there's very few things that I like about the FatBoy, and it has to do with really the handling and the aesthetics. Aesthetics, obviously, it's up to anyone to decide. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But when it comes to leaning the bike and actually making it like a functional, practical motorcycle, this is not it. Oh, he closed the gate on me. How dare you, sir? Anyways, I'm probably gonna lose subscribers over this one, but oh well, it's my opinion. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, and well, until I see you next time, get on your Harley and get some wind therapy. Later.